podcast. We got a packed show this week with a not-so-packed cast. We got three guys here. It's me, Eric, Jason,
Hey, it's me.
and Rick.
And it's me, Rick.
There we go. Well,
This is
If
very
anybody-
exciting.
we're excited to be here. It's Mother's
So
Day.
excited.
Waiting for the mothers arrive. Well, I am at least.
Hi, mothers.
Hi, mothers.
To
That
the
totally
mothers
listen to our show.
There may be a mother bot out there somewhere listening.
It's just Kiri. Just Kiri is the only one that listens.
Yeah, probably. Hi, Gary.
Hi, Kiri.
Oh boy. Well, let's get down to it, guys. What do you think of this new Quake trailer?
Quake-tastic.
Oh my God. I was just going to say that. That's creepy.
You guys, you know what you sound like when you say that? Sound like Howard the Duck.
No, not quacktastic.
Quacktastic. It was pretty cool. I like every
Yeah.
Quake trailer. I like every Quake. I can't speak today. It looks awesome. I'll just say it looks awesome.
Yes, the game is looking great. I love the idea they stuck Ranger in there from the first Quake. That's too cool. But it's still multiplayer, so I'm not going to get excited. But it looks good.
Do you think they'll bring it to the consoles?
I got to imagine.
I mean, I hope so. And
Has there ever been a
Jason's right.
Quake on a console?
Yeah, there's Quake and Quake 2 and then Quake 4. Oh, and Quake 3. Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
It was on Dreamcast,
Okay.
Nice.
I don't
which is
think I've ever
actually
played
where I
Quake.
played that.
Yeah.
I
It
was
was
a
fun.
Dreamcast super fan for however long it lasted.
Hey, so was I.
Dreamcast. The best controller ever.
Just
Yeah,
fabulous.
with the memory card reader with the screen.
Oh,
Right.
I
man.
did like that. I did like that part.
Hmm.
That was neat.
Yep.
Um,
It was a nice little console.
I have a Sega Dreamcast right now.
Still hooked up?
And it's not hooked up at the moment,
Oh,
but I could
no.
hook it up.
okay.
It has Power Stone.
Okay.
I love
That's
that
good.
game. Oh my God, I love that game.
It's a good game. How is that not back?
I don't know.
I'm going to be
That's a really
real
good question.
disappointed if they don't include at least one Power Stone character in this Marvel
In?
vs. Capcom.
Oh, they won't.
Yeah, they won't.
Power Stone is the forgotten series.
I wish
Everything
really-
you want the Marvel vs. Capcom game to be, just don't expect that because that's
Speaking of fighting games about superheroes, we got a new Sonic trailer this week.
Yes, we did. We totally did.
Well, Knuckles is a superhero. He punches things.
sort of, kind of.
Yeah, I
Fly.
guess.
He's a superhero.
I guess
Okay.
in their own universe, they would probably be superheroes.
Oh,
I would
definitely.
say.
So, what do you guys think of this trailer?
It looked good.
I'm gonna go on a ledge here and say I didn't watch this one.
Oh, man.
Cool.
Why don't you tell me a little bit about it,
Oh, excellent. They-
or is it just like every other Sonic?
I was going to say that. Picture every Sonic game you've ever played.
This one
That's
just has
it.
prettier graphics.
I do want to say something, though.
What?
For people who might have missed Sonic and Knuckles, this is a pretty neat proposition. Because I never played as Knuckles in a 2D platformer like this. So I'm pretty
That's
excited
cool.
for that.
Yeah. Are you guys gonna get this?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm getting this. I'm a Sonic fan, so. But and
Okay.
by the way, I was just playing Sonic and Knuckles
Oh, that's
Really?
cool.
like yesterday. Yeah.
Speaking of
Now, is
Sonic,
this going to be a major console release? Everything across all
Yeah.
the board? Okay.
Yep. This will
and
be
it's
on-
got it's getting a special edition with a Sonic statue. He's standing on a Sega Genesis. It's pretty
That's
cool.
Yep.
cool.
I have that pre-ordered.
Is it regular retail price or is it going to be discounted? Because obviously it's not. I don't think it's a full AAA title, right?
I wouldn't say so. No.
Yeah.
I
wonder-
think it's. Is it 49? I don't know.
I think that's
Wow.
what I paid for the
Kind of a lot.
special edition.
It's close to. Well, if that's the special edition, maybe it's
Hold on.
39.
Exactly what the
I
special
So-
don't know.
Is this like a collection of all the games, or is this just like a new kind of game, or what is this exactly?
It's the second one, new kind of game. I think it's got like redone levels, but then I'm pretty sure there's new stuff in there as well.
Is it a new story, or are they just like rehashing?
That's a really good question. I'd say it's a new story because I know there's new boss characters and stuff like that. So
you mean the Eggman gets some help, Dr. Eggman?
Yes, Dr. Eggman. The villainous Dr. Eggman.
Oh, that villain! Oh, Dr. Eggman is the worst.
I don't enjoy
this. Oh my goodness.
Let's see. Know what? What if they brought Dr. Eggman into the Injustice 2 roster?
Wait, what was that?
Yep. I would do it. I'd play him. My character.
Yeah. What?
But
I phased out. What was that?
Oh, if they brought Dr. Eggman to the Injustice 2 roster.
Oh man, I mean,
or maybe just Sonic. They should just bring a Sonic character.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes so much sense.
Right? They should just have a couple Marvel characters too.
So, just to let everybody know, I just looked this up. Sonic Mania, the collector's edition, is apparently the retail release, which is pretty expensive. It's $70.
Wow.
If you have Gamers Club on Best Buy, it goes down to $55.99.
Oh.
So there's that, and then there's apparently the digital release on top of that, which is the plain old one, but I don't know how much that's going for.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Xbox One, PS4, PC, and Switch.
Yes. I have the Switch Special Edition pre-ordered. Excited.
Oh, you got it on Switch?
Yep.
Nice.
Well, now we should talk about the trailer to end all trailers for this game, which hasn't gotten a lot.
It's a little
Fingers
bit of
crossed. Fingers crossed. It's the last trailer.
It may not be.
I don't know how this isn't the last trailer.
Because they'll probably be like, here's the Launch Point 2.
Yes.
2.0 launch trailer.
Mm-hmm. Day of.
Yeah. I see it.
Injustice 2 looks pretty great, though.
Yeah. Trailer fatigue aside, we all pre-ordered it. We're all suckers. We're getting it.
Yep.
So anyway, the new premiere skins were revealed. We've got Jay Garrick. We got Mr. Freeze.
So great.
Vixen and Grid have been revealed so far.
So great.
Yeah.
This is good stuff.
So, here's my question for you guys.
Mm-hmm.
I just watched this last trailer, the Everything You Need to Know, where it detailed a lot of the characters and the story and everything. Now,
watch it on brutalgamer.com.
Yeah, on brutalgamer.com.
Oh, yeah.
That there. But it says that there's 3 factions. Now, is this going to be like Sonic Adventure 2, where you choose a faction and play through their story? That would be neat.
I do not believe so.
No, I don't think so. But so, have you played? You didn't play the story for Injustice, right?
I did, but here's the thing. I skipped every cutscene, and I only fought the fights.
Smart.
Jeez.
I was trying to get the trophies.
Yeah. It's a pretty good story, man. You should have watched it.
Yeah, it is.
I think it's just going to be more of that stuff. I think you'll be able to join a faction, but it'll be like the faction wars for MKX. So you'll be able to join one of the factions, and then you can use those faction points to like. It's kind of hard to explain. They have like these faction wars, and then at the end of every week, someone gets points. So I'm assuming it'll be like kind of like that for the Injustice.
I would think so.
I gotcha. I never really played MKX.
It's a really good game.
Yeah, it is.
I believe it. And all the slasher movie monsters being in there, not all of them, Jason and
some
and make me really want to get
cool.
it. But...
The Predator's pretty fun to play as. So is Alien.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a big fan of that game. That's why I'm really excited for Injustice.
Rick, the alien in the game comes out of one of Baraka's people, right?
I think so. I mean, it pretty much has all the he has all the same movesets, and he does that like little slasher move with his claws. So it kind of seems like it.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Yeah.
I think the really nice about Injustice is that now people who always wanted to play a Mortal Kombat character in a DC fighting game, can. They can do that.
You know, it's such a plus.
Yes.
I think we talked about this off air this week, but wouldn't it have been made so much? Oh, sorry, activated a little ghost I got over here. I don't know if you heard that, a Pac-Man ghost thing. But I don't know. Wouldn't it make so much more sense if they just did like, you know, the alternate skins? I mean, granted, we wouldn't get some moves and stuff like that out of it, but I mean, if you really want MK characters, I'd rather have a skin set.
So here's my thought. Doesn't Captain Cold have a freeze gun?
Yeah.
Yes.
Doesn't Sub-Zero shoot ice?
Yes.
Well, seems like he would be
Yes.
a perfect freeze skin for that.
that is a very good point.
What? Where are you going with that? I don't understand.
I
Then it should just be a premium skin.
Sub-Zero could be a premier skin even for Captain Cold. That's
Yeah.
all.
Yeah, but Sub-Zero doesn't have a gun.
Well, that's why he's a skin. He doesn't have to hold his literal gun.
Yeah, I think they're pretty. That's how the premier skins work, though. I think is they have to have like similar
Oh.
movesets. If not,
Well,
I mean,
there
it's
you
just
go.
a skin.
Right.
Like it's still going to be Captain Cold. He's just going to be Mr. Freeze.
Right. Well,
Well, there you go. Then that would explain it, and that is why if you dearly want Mortal Kombat characters, they have to take up slots.
Yeah, I wish they would just make a pack, like a pack separate from the whole old DLC packs. You
Yeah.
would just buy it, and that way we'd have that choice too. I hate being forced to have to play with MK characters for this.
Yeah. I totally agree with that because I really don't care. So
I wonder if Sub-Zero appears in the campaign.
I don't think so.
I would say not.
I mean, he might pop up.
Oh gosh.
I mean, they brought the Joker back, so who knows what they're gonna do.
Yeah.
Who are you guys gonna main?
I don't know. Dr. Fate, Batman.
What did you ask, Eric?
I asked who your main character was gonna be.
Flash and Atrocious.
Oh, he's
Atrocitus.
so great.
Atrocitus,
Atrocitus
sorry.
is the best. Yeah.
Yeah, because he's
Forgot
got
about
Death Star with him too, dude.
So great. Oh my God.
The
A cat.
greatest lantern ever.
Can you imagine a cat so filled with hatred and rage that he's picked for a Red Lantern ring? It's the best.
Dude, oh, he would be
The
so
best.
funny because he'd totally be like, "Oh, pet me," and then be like, "Nah!" He'd jump for it.
Yep.
Then he'd spew his hate napalm all over you.
It's so great. I mean, it's just fabulous. I love that.
Oh my god, I gotta go pick up that. What did he have? Like a 2-shot series, like 5 years ago?
Yeah, I forget how many issues, but it was real limited. And
Yeah.
but he's still around, isn't he? Dexter?
I think so. I think so. I'm not sure. I know some bad stuff went down with the Red Lanterns. I don't know if they're
Yes.
still around. So
They pretty much all fell apart, but I think Atrocitus is still around, and I know if he's still around, he's probably got his cat.
yeah. Did he come back to life? Because I heard he died.
Yeah, I believe he did.
Oh, of course.
You know, the whole Red Lantern thing was all magic anyway. So
Yeah, that's true.
I really like that in that it was so different from the other rings. That this was just straight up magic.
Yeah, and I like when Guy Gardner became the leader of them.
Oh, me too.
I always thought he was a good fit in with the Red Rings.
I liked, even though it was she totally was not a fit with the Red Rings. I did like the idea that they made Supergirl a Red Lantern for a short period of time.
Yeah, that was cool.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah. I like that as well.
I too thought this was neat.
You didn't.
Right, I didn't.
By the way, did you like the fact that I used the Gorilla Grodd picture for the main page?
Yes,
I did.
All
I
right.
did. Speaking of Gorilla Grodd, can you guys
Yeah.
guess who my main character is going to be?
Poison Ivy?
Gorilla Boy.
Gorilla? Yes. Yes. Well, I would really like to play the Flash, but when I
Yeah.
have such great characters like Swamp Thing and Gorilla Grodd staring at me, I don't know if I can.
You just can't do it.
And Captain Cold looks really neat after watching him on the TV show.
Yeah, he does look neat.
Yeah, he'll be interesting to see how he plays.
Flash has great villains.
Yeah, he does. Yes, he does.
I'm just in my head. I'm just freaking out over in the first episode when you see the Grodd cage torn open. Just thinking how happy that made me.
No, I can guess.
All right. Well, Injustice 2 comes out Tuesday.
Yeah.
Very excited.
Oh man! Now we need to move on to quite possibly the best trailer I've ever seen in my life.
Ever.
For Strafe.
Ever.
God, I don't even know how to describe it. It's like every 80s video game, like genre, anything you could ever imagine you saw on TV, just smashed into a 5-minute trailer, and it's amazing.
It's basically a horrible movie.
Yeah.
playing out over a trailer.
Oh,
it's great.
God. And I would
so
actually
fabulous.
go see that movie if they. I think they should make it into a movie now. I would go.
You know what? I agree with you. I would see that movie. I would totally check that
Eric?
out.
Yeah.
Eric,
no, I didn't see this trailer.
Oh, come on.
Come on.
But you know what? It's not for lack of trying. Well, that's actually a lie. It's I'm already interested in Strafe, so I didn't need to watch any more trailers to sell me on it.
Mm-hmm.
You got to see this trailer.
That's why I didn't just.
Well, you still need to watch it.
Here's what I don't get, Eric. You'll spend 15 minutes watching the beginning of Howard the Duck, but you won't spend 5 minutes to watch the Strafe trailer. What's wrong with that picture?
One of those is a pinnacle of cinematic achievement. The other,
right, and the other one is Howard the Duck.
Yeah.
Come on.
You guys got me.
Oh man, I don't even know how to explain it. What happened? Like, there's like a God, I can't even.
There's like
couldn't even explain it.
It goes through a hole in space.
And there's like an actual storyline in this trailer, and there's like it goes through the whole thing, and it's amazing.
It's incredible. It really is. It's such a fabulously terrible thing. It's great. And there's just ridiculous special effects and everything looks terrible. And it's just the best. Seriously, they did an amazing job on this. I mean, it's incredible. And so you definitely need to watch it.
Eric, at one point, this kid gets sucked into the game, right? And then he's going to save his girlfriend. And then there's like a computer image of his girlfriend, and then his girlfriend. And they're like, you have to choose the right one. And she's just like, the computer lady is like copying her. And then
she looks terrible.
Yeah, she looks like a 2D sprite. And then he winds up killing his real girlfriend. And then he takes his computer girlfriend with him, and then she winds up killing him, and it's just ridiculous.
You told me.
It's so bad. It's so bad. Oh my God. It's the best.
There's even an evil scientist in it, and at the very end, he's like, "And it killed my son."
Yeah, it plays back. I don't know if people remember the Strafe announcement thing.
Yeah.
But the kid who plays it and his face melts off, that's the scientist's kid. It's great.
Oh my God.
Best. Oh my God, the best.
And you bought the game, didn't you, Jason?
I did indeed. In fact, I went to Limited Run Games. Yeah, no, I haven't downloaded it yet. I went to Limited Run Games and I bought the special edition, and it comes with a cassette that has the soundtrack on it. How fabulous is that? Oh my God! And it comes with a floppy.
Is the game really on the floppy?
You know, I would guess it's not, because there's no way a floppy could fit this. So
yeah, that's true, huh?
But it does have a download thing printed right on it on the back. So I guess you just go there and you download the game, which I will be doing later today.
I want to see the biggest floppy of all time.
He said that would be the biggest floppy of all time, I think.
Yes.
In the trailer for this terrible movie, the kid buys a copy of Strafe on floppy, and it comes on like 83 million floppies.
Yes. He's like, "Here you go," and it's like,
the guy's like, "No,
which one is it?" And he's like, "It's all of them."
And then he shoots himself. For no reason.
Yeah. And it looks like a drug deal gone bad too.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh, what a terrific thing. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again after this.
I am too. Watch it, Eric. Make sure you
This
check
is
it
Oh
out.
my god.
If you don't mind me
What?
asking, how
What?
much does this game cost?
How much did
For
I
the
pay
download.
for this thing? Oh, for the download, I don't know.
Well,
It's out now, though. If anyone wants
Yes.
to check it out, and it's
Yes.
just a
$19.
first person. I
$20.
mean, we'll
There you
get
go.
into a little. It's just a first person shooter, right?
Yeah.
Like kind of Doomish.
Yeah, like Quake. Quakey.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Quake. So,
If you
are you
want
gonna write a review on it, Jason?
Yeah, I'm thinking either a review or an opinion thing
Yeah.
on it. I'll see after I play it, but yeah,
If
I
you're
mean,
still alive.
if I'm still alive, right? Because it might kill me. I'm not
Your
sure.
face might melt off.
so here's what's I'm on the Steam page looking up a bit more. Here's what's
Yeah.
really got me piqued my interest. It's
Okay.
apparently a roguelike,
Yep.
which I didn't know. Which
Yep.
kind of makes me want to get it even more.
Yep. It's
I enjoy
different every time
roguelikes.
you play,
I really enjoy roguelikes. Okay. Sorry.
and it looks awesome. So go check it out.
Yeah, certainly. It's on PC. No
And
console
PS4
yet.
eventually.
Oh, is it? Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not sure when PS4 comes out, but eventually PS4.
Yep.
Nice.
How about Agents of Mayhem? Does anybody know anything about this?
Yeah, did you guys catch this trailer?
I actually did not watch this trailer, and I am
Okay.
interested in Agents of Mayhem too. So
So it is a third-person shooter action adventure game, and you're the franchise force essentially, and this woman has hired you. There's like two competing corporations. There's like called the Legion, and then the Agents of Mayhem. And a woman from the Agents of Mayhem wants you to go fight the people of the Legion, and you form this force called the franchise force. And then there's three people, and then you can like kind of switch on the fly. Apparently, is what I'm guessing. Kind of what I got from the trailer. So I don't know. It looks fun. It's made by Deep Silver, and it's kind of got that Borderlands feel to it, aesthetically as well as the script. So I think it might be pretty fun.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
I was gonna say that switching on the fly feel, it really kind of feels like Grand Theft Auto 5, where you can switch on the fly between characters. And I mean,
but I think what they want you to do with these, and I could be wrong. I was just this is my impression from the trailer, is that you kind of you'll use each other's powers and kind of like a combination. So you'll start as one person, kind of go through the motion, and then if you can do the other person's power, you can like combine them into a combo or something.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it looks kind of unique in that sense.
Is this tied in at all to? I'm watching the trailer now. Is this tied in at all to Saints Row? Because that looks an awful lot like the Saints Row logo.
You know what? They might have thrown that in there. I mean, didn't have. You know what? It probably. I'm sure they're going to make some kind of corporate or some references to Saints Row. So what, that would make a lot of sense.
Like a lot, and everything is like purple.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's just kind of interesting. I don't know if that's an in joke with the company because they make Saints Row also, but I could easily see there being some kind of tie-in here.
Yeah, definitely.
Which would be a good thing, by the way.
Yeah. Can't go wrong with more Saints Row.
No, definitely not.
I never played any of the Saints Rows.
They're fantastic.
Oh my God. Start with 2.
Yeah, 2 is great. 2 is great. 4 is
make more like 2.
Yeah, no, I know. Just like a spoofy kind of Saints Row 4 is really terrific, but it's not really Saints Row the way you think of Saints Row. I mean, it's a really fun game. Don't get me wrong, but it's just it's not.
They were like, "Hey, I made this mod of this game where you can do whatever the hell you want." Saints Row, and then someone's like, "Hey, let's just package it and sell it." So.
Yep.
I mean, and then Saints Row 3 was awesome because they introduced co-op play, so you can play the whole game co-op, and that was pretty fun. I did that with my buddy.
This looks great. Just watch the trailer. It looks really good.
Yeah, definitely check it out. It's on the site. So, Agents of Mayhem, meet the franchise force.
Hell yeah.
We got a season 2 fight for I'm sorry, Street Fighter 5.
Ed.
His name's Ed.
Ed.
He's a military boy.
Oh God.
Wow.
I can't stop.
You know what? I know, and that's the sad part.
Anyway,
Oh, Eric.
cool. I don't know. I haven't kept up with all the DLC for Street Fighter.
I just am so done with Street Fighter 5.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
I just thought we needed more content, so that's why I put it up here.
No, it's great. I was happy to see that they added more, but
Yeah.
it just feels like Street Fighter 5 is a drag at this point, and
Yeah.
it just
They should
I
just make a new one.
yeah, I mean there was a call for a Street Fighter 6 last year, and then so much so that Capcom came out with the statement that there wasn't going to be one for like a long time. They said that Street Fighter 5 will be around for at least a couple more years. It was such a mess up.
Yeah.
On so many different levels, Street Fighter 5, and even so much so that if a buddy of mine who is a monster Street Fighter fan did not buy it, he has PS4, did not buy it, will not buy it because he just said it just doesn't look good. And I'm more excited for the Switch, Ultra Street Fighter 2.
That looks cool.
I mean,
that looks really good.
It does. This is just I can't get into it. Now they have like new characters. Okay, but
I feel like they're just riding the coat or the riding the name. Like they just didn't really care.
Right.
They just published that game. And they're like, oh, it's Street Fighter. Of course it sells. And then you look at like NetherRealm and they're making great games. Like every fighting game they've been making for like the last 3 or 4 has just been off the charts good. So
I feel like also oh God, yeah. I feel like also they need to put a lot more effort into the story. You know, people still say fighting games, and it's like, well, who cares about the story? But think about it for a minute. NetherRealm is making fighting games with actual good stories.
Yeah, I mean, they're killing it. Their stories are just great. So I completely agree with you.
And as much as I do prefer Street Fighter to Mortal Kombat in terms of gameplay and stuff like that, it's just I don't like the games anymore. You know, like Street Fighter 4 I thought was okay. I did play it a lot, but just, you know, like versus matches and stuff like that. And Street Fighter 5 I barely played at all. And I picked it up like super cheap, like way after release. So, you know, it's, anyway, Ed is not doing it for me. So let's leave it at that.
Once Ultra Street Fighter 2 Remix Supreme Violent 10 Edition releases, do you want to get some street fights in?
Yeah, what the hell?
Cool.
You guys can first person street fight each other.
No, that will not be happening.
I will. Do it.
I want to see that game like that. That looks awesome.
Path of the Hado or something like that, I think it's called.
Yeah.
So Rick, I think we're good with trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
You want to tell us
you
about
do some
early
impressions?
Yeah. Tell us all about it.
Tell us about the Surge. The Surge. This also drops on Tuesday. It's made by Deck 13 and it's being published by Focus Home Interactive. And it's a really hard game.
Yay.
So, you know, I played Dark Souls one time and I was like, I can't do this. So but I kind of, from what I'm hearing, it's kind of a reference into that. So what happens is you're this dude, you put on a mech suit, and then they kind of sell you this false promise that like, oh, hey, you know what? You'll be doing good by the earth if you come and take these mech suits, and then like you'll do all these dumb jobs like grunt work and stuff. And what happens is these people that are volunteering to turn into mech suits are turning into zombies. So you know, you go into this shop, you get this mech suit put on you, and then all of a sudden you like wake up in like an alley and you have like the scar on your head. So I guess the zombiation didn't really take, and then you kind of have to wake up and then you just start fighting everything. The fighting's awesome. It's a hack and slash kind of like Dark Souls. There's stamina, so you can't just like slash away. You've kind of got to dodge and duck and do all that stuff. The weapons are cool so far, and the whole part where you're like ripping people's limbs off is really cool too. But at the same time, like I have not even gotten past the first part because every time you die, it's kind of got this rogue like element to it. You keep your progression and your experience and any items that you may have collected along the way, but then you lose all these tech points, and then you use tech points to upgrade your suit and whatnot. But every time you die, you have to start over. All the enemies respawn. So it's just, yeah, it's brutal.
Sounds like Dark Souls.
Yeah, it is really brutal. And literally, I think I found, because I found a way to go like in a circle. And I think even if you don't die and the enemies respawn at some point, because I had to fight everybody again.
Oh.
So, it's obviously I'm like level 5 now already. So these bad guys are becoming a lot easier. But at the same time, like when 3 of them roll up on you, I'm just like, I die. So I don't know. I should have a review in the next week or so. Really early impressions. It's a great game. It looks awesome. I am intrigued by the story. I'm just a little hesitant, when the line of frustration is crossed. So
yeah, that's and that's a good question too, Rick, and a good point. Like, at what point does it become too frustrating? That's always been a determining factor for me with Dark Souls, because that was a series I wanted to get into with the very first game because I thought Demon Souls looked good. But then I kept hearing about how freaking tough it was, and how you'd have to like literally spend hours to get past like one enemy, sometimes. And it completely deterred me to the whole thing, and I've never picked up one. So
yeah.
I mean, it just, for people who don't have, it sounds like such a cop out, right? But for people that don't have the time to get good, for lack of a better term, at something, it just doesn't seem like it's, I don't know, it doesn't seem like it's worth it.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And, my thoughts on these kind of games like Demon Souls or maybe perhaps the Surge, if you're going to make a game that intense, I think the game should be shorter and it should be more compact, because each fight is, its own story inside itself. But I have a feeling the Surge is going to be kind of a long game.
It sounds like almost like a fighting game where you go like a little ways and then you fight like one enemy for like a really long time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's kind of what I'm thinking. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, it's fun, but at the same point, I'm kind of dreading, because you've seen some of the trailers and he fights like, that's like house-sized robot, and I'm just like, how is that going to happen? I'm losing to like these little grunt guys. Like, how in the world am I going to fight a house-sized robot?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, yeah, I'll have more on that later. But
cool.
I mean, if you like Demon Souls, and I think you might like this game if you like mechs. I mean, just be prepared for that learning curve. But by no means, it's not a bad game by any means. It
looks great.
Yeah, and it's awesome. And the story does have me intrigued. So hopefully I can just make it through
it. Good luck.
Yeah, I know. So yeah, keep an eye out for the Surge. Eric, you want to tell us a little bit about Seasons of the Fall?
Yeah, I could go into that.
Yeah.
It sounds exciting.
It is. No, it is. I just had a yawn. Oh, man. This is a good game so far. I actually think I'm about halfway through it, and I hope I'm not, because I've only played it for about an hour. So you start out as this seed, and you make your way up through the ground, and when you pop out, you can join with this fox creature. See, guys, I didn't say it. And then you go on this journey to meet the guardians of the seasons and become one with the fragments of the seasons. And then once you do, you can invoke that season at any time. So once you have winter, fall, you can make the entire game fall. So say there's a lake and you need to run across it, you can make it winter and the lake will freeze over right away, and then you can run across it. And then if you need to melt a pillar of ice or whatever to get through it, you can just make it fall and it turns into water and you can pass.
That's awesome.
So that sounds really cool.
It is really cool. It's a really cool concept. It's really pretty. It's got a great soundtrack. I'm just worried that I'm worried that I'm already halfway through it, because I don't want it to be this.
Well, that's good. I mean, that's a good pain point to have if you want more of it. So
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it comes out on Tuesday, so I'll probably have the review up by then if it's as short as I think it is.
Awesome.
nice.
So tune in.
Yes.
Tune in for the surge.
And fall.
No,
Rick
no,
is-
no. For the surge.
Just for
Oh,
the search.
okay. I gotcha.
Yeah. No. Let's not
We
get
can just
crazy.
tack your review on the bottom of my review, Eric. Just like one paragraph.
That's fine. We can do that.
No, we can't do that, Eric.
Oh,
We're
okay,
kidding.
we can't do that.
Come on.
Oh,
We were just joking. We'll have a full
Yes.
review of Seasons of the Fall
soon.
for
Yes.
everyone to view.
Which actually sounds pretty great. So
It's really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
Stand
sounds
by
good.
that.
Is it now? Is it? I got to ask you a question about it. Is it like an artistic type game?
Yes.
Or-
Oh,
okay.
definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
it's
this
too
is
much.
not like your traditional like platformer or something like that.
No. I was talking to Rick, and he asked before the show, and he asked me if I had any trouble with it. And the only trouble I had was that I didn't know a certain mechanic
Okay.
existed. So once I figured that out, that the mechanic existed, it was easy. But I wasn't aware of it.
So it doesn't necessarily share a lot of info with you. You'll have to discover some things.
Yeah, that's fair to say. But it isn't, so far at least, it isn't so much that you should have trouble. I think I just missed it. I think
Gotcha.
it was something that the game tried to teach me, and I missed it.
Okay.
But I'm not I'm not blaming it for that. That was on me.
It's very nice of you.
That's right.
Well, it sounds like a good one. Can't wait to read the review.
Oh, yeah, it's good. It'll be up
Cool.
soon.
Cool.
All right. Do you want to take us through the rack, the comic book rack?
I suppose I could. I mean,
Do it.
it's on the list, so.
Do it.
All right. So, folks, Vader's back again.
Oh boy.
Comic books. Did anybody think there wasn't going to be another Darth Vader series? Because there is.
I hope there wasn't.
Well,
You know what there
Marvel
wasn't?
is here to dash your hopes.
Oh, come on now. You can never get enough Darth Vader.
It's true.
Or as many of my friends called him when I was a kid, Dark Vader. So he is back again with a new series from Marvel, but this one is very different from the last one. The last one took place in Marvel's Star Wars timeline. So in Marvel's basic timeline of Star Wars, they cover the area between
3 and 4.
yeah, but like more like right before 4. You know, it's
Yeah.
like, and then like right after 4.
Mhm.
There's like some, you know, there's a lot of stuff in there, like right around that classic Star Wars time period.
Yeah.
This book will pick up right after 3 and will actually include stuff from 3. So you will see Order 66 enacted. I'm guessing there's probably an issue about that with Vader wiping out, you know, Jedi and his legion maybe going and killing the quote unquote younglings at the temple. That kind of stuff. I don't know why we couldn't just say kids, but you know,
Yeah.
to me they should have, because it would have made him all that much more evil. But anyway, so that's what's incorporated here. It sounds good because this is some stuff that hasn't really been explored too much in Star Wars canon. So if you like that kind of stuff, if you're a fan of the birth of Vader, you know, from the prequels, this is going to be one for you to watch for. It comes out June 6th, and it has a really cool slate of variant covers. 3 really iconic, like looking Vader covers. One with his mask being applied, which looks really cool, and then a really neat action figure variant with a retro version of Anakin Skywalker that looks really cool, even though it's Hayden Christensen.
Yeah.
So it looks cool. Go pick that up June the 6th if you want, you know, no pressure. Another book that's coming
It
out.
looks awesome.
It does, right?
Yeah. I'm pretty excited for that story. I think it's going to be really good.
So you're gonna check it out?
Yeah, definitely. I'm a big fan of Darth Vader. I love Darth Vader, and I think that period of his fall is just really interesting because, he is strategic about what he does, but only to himself at this point. So
Yes.
it's just really cool. I like the whole dynamic between him and the Emperor. And then I just, he hates killing Jedis, but he does it anyway. And I like to see that torture in himself, because they do. I feel like everyone does a really good job of writing the stories that they tell that when they tell that. So I'm really looking forward to this.
Rick, what did you think of now I know people like to crap on the prequels, but what did you think of the Vader thread through the prequels, with his relationship with the Emperor, or who would become the Emperor? How, like the behind the scenes stuff, like how the Republic started turning into the Empire. So I actually thought some of that was pretty well done.
Yeah, you know what? If it weren't for the horrible acting, and that's not even a bad thing, because it's just they just don't flow well or something to me. But I love the story for the prequels, and
Yeah.
I thought, because you know what, I had no idea how they were going to do this, and I thought maybe they were going to have like a love triangle between Obi and Padme and him.
Oh, right.
And then because I just didn't know how they were going to do this, and then I thought, it was just really good. And I'm a huge Darth Vader fan. I think Anakin Skywalker is really cool, except for Hayden Christensen. And I think he's just a great character, and I really liked it. I like the prequels. I like the storyline. So
yeah, no, me too. I thought some parts of Attack of the Clones was actually pretty good, and I actually enjoyed Episode 3. So
yeah. Episode 3 is probably maybe my second or third favorite one of them all.
Yeah, you know what? I'm going to say the same, because I actually liked it better than A New Hope.
Yeah, I did like it better than A New One.
And I saw that, I saw A New Hope like when I was a kid, and I was in love with it. But I like this.
And
I like it better.
The best lightsaber battles too.
Yeah, it does have some good ones. Yep. And Obi-Wan leaving him for dead, I thought that was pretty cool too.
Yeah, that was really good.
'Cause, that was just neat. Even with the no moment.
That's the best part of the
movie. No.
Oh my god, I love
it. There is another really cool book coming up from Marvel that I need to talk about, because I think it's pretty fast going to become my favorite Spider-Man book, and that is Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man. It's back. We haven't seen it in a long time, but it was a really long-running Spidey book. I think through the 80s and most of the 90s, and it was a terrific one. I remember a lot of good stories from this book, and I'm really happy to see it back, mainly because it's going to focus on Spider-Man in New York. It sounds like how you picture the iconic version of Spider-Man as your friendly neighborhood wall crawler. Not a lot of globe-trotting stuff like they've done in Amazing and with Deadpool and Spider-Man and all of that stuff. It's more getting him back to basics, and that is something I'm really, really looking forward to. That comes out June the 21st, and Marvel is going to be throwing a bunch of not throwing, because the local comic shops have to, I think, order enough copies to buy in for it, but they're going to be shipping them like little promo items. There will be masks, there will be postcards, there will be variant covers specific to comic shops who are in for the launch parties, as well as cake toppers. So I guess they're asking comic shops to like offer cake. So I don't know, but I don't know how that's gonna go. But anyway, it sounds great. It's June 21st that the book comes out. I'm really, really excited about it. I hope it does well.
Now, if I want to start following Spider-Man, is this a good spot to do it?
This is a great spot to do it.
Cool.
Yeah. Especially because this sounds like the more iconic version of Spidey. So, growing up, Spider-Man was far and away one of my favorite superheroes, and he was never an Avenger. He was never, going all over the world. I mean, just once in a blue moon, they would do that stuff. And he was like a reserve Avenger. They'd call him up if there was like a huge event book, that kind of a thing. But other than that, he was just a solo hero in New York City. That's how I knew him growing up, and this sounds like that's what this is going to be. So I would, if you're looking to start following Spider-Man, I would go pick up Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, #1 on June 21st.
Nice. I can probably say I'll be doing that.
Excellent.
Man,
give it a shot.
Looks like a good book. I'm pretty excited for that. That was one of my favorite storyline or books as well growing up.
Now, you had mentioned that there is a spectacular cover, a specific one, that is like one of your favorites of all time.
Yep. Can you guess it?
Man, I don't know.
It's black and white.
It's black
It's a
and
pretty
white.
iconic cover. If you think of, if once I tell you, you're gonna be like, oh, okay,
Yeah,
I know
probably.
what you're talking about.
Probably.
All right. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
It's 101.
101.
Look
Wait.
it up.
Wait.
Oh wait, is it? No, hold on a second. Yeah, it's 101.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. I do
Best
remember.
cover ever.
Yes, I do remember this.
I just want that as a T-shirt. That would be so awesome.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
I love this kind of stuff where they do like really different looking stuff for the cover. It doesn't just look like a comic panel, you know.
Yeah.
That's
one of my
cool
favorite
stuff.
covers. So.
Well, you know, I forgot that there was a Web of Spider-Man comic book.
Yep.
Forgot that.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I had that for a while.
That is pretty cool. Yeah, Spectacular though was one of my favorites. Looks like they used roughly the same logo as the original Spectacular Spider-Man. I mean, there was one in the '90s where it got all, you know, extreme, but the original Spectacular Spidey logo, I didn't realize that, but it looks like they're using that again or something very close to it for the new Spectacular Spider-Man. So that's cool too. But yeah, that is a super slick cover. I would buy that as a T-shirt too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's cool.
Make it like a glow in the dark one. That'd be sweet.
Oh, that'd be great.
Yeah.
I'd go for that. Anyway, it's coming up soon, so check that out. Also, this week, isn't that really a comic book story, but it falls into the same realm. Nightmare Batman from Batman v Superman is the version of him where he is having the what could be a vision of the future that shows an Earth dominated by Darkseid's parademons and an evil version of Superman. It's the one where he's got the long leather coat and he's got the machine gun and the whole thing. It's kind of like a Mad Max version of Batman.
Yeah.
But it's a cool design. Mezco had announced it as a 112 collection action figure a while back, and then it just kind of disappeared and it quietly got canceled, and then fans saved it because there was a hell of a lot of interest in it. So it is back. It is coming up. It has not been forsaken, and it actually is up for pre-order right now on Mezco Toys website. I believe it is an exclusive. Yes, it is an exclusive for Mezco's website, so you probably won't see this anyplace else.
Dude, I'm looking at the things you can do with just his coat.
Yes,
a leather look duster coat with integrated wire for dynamic posing.
I mean, my goodness.
Removable goggles. This is ridiculous. I mean, I know Mezco does some great toys, but holy cow.
Yeah. These figures usually run around $70 to $90 a piece. And I got to say, I have a couple of them, and they are extremely worth it if you are a fan of the character. They're super cool action figures. And this one, this looks insane. like you said, the coat is insane all by itself.
Yeah.
And then it's got the goggles, it's got the scarf. There's the machine gun. The machine gun actually has, I didn't even notice this from the movie, but it actually has a Joker detail on it.
Oh, wow.
There's like something wrapped around the stock. I mean, how cool is that? Right?
That's random.
It's like, was it Joker's machine gun?
I guess.
That's
weird.
It's pretty cool. Yeah, it's
I wonder
weird.
if that's in the movie. I wonder.
Because usually
I
their
mean,
stuff
it kind of has to be, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't think Mezco would just throw that in?
I doubt it. I doubt it. Usually their stuff is pretty accurate. Also, it comes with a Ben Affleck Bruce Wayne head that you can.
Yeah, I saw that.
Which is pretty cool.
Batfleck. He was pretty good. I liked him.
I actually liked him a lot.
Justice League. So
yeah, me too.
Except I don't like the Flash on that one.
I'm not completely sold on him either. I have seen some stuff where he actually looks he looks pretty cool. And I kind of like the Blue Lightning, which I didn't think I was going to, but I kind of like it. So we'll see.
Yeah,
But
I dig that. I'm not a huge fan of the suit.
yeah, no, I think didn't they try to make it more Injustice like?
Yeah, I think so. It's all like armored up and stuff. So I
Yeah.
don't know.
I like the TV.
Yeah, I like the TV one too. And I think Grant Gustin, I think his name, he just does a great job as
Yes.
Barry Allen. So
Yep.
it's unfortunate that they couldn't try to include the DCW inside their universe, their cinematic universe.
Well, I thought right from the beginning that was a bad move because you would have had so much groundwork already laid with Arrow, and there's so much stuff there already. Even at the time when we were talking about Man of Steel, that it just to me seemed like a no-brainer, to include that.
Totally.
But oh well.
Yeah, because I mean, you could just go and make these. They could keep making movies about Batman and Superman, like your top tier guys, and then you have Flash and the Arrow, and they could be the shows, and they could keep it going. And I'm with you. I think they really dropped the ball here because it could have been bigger and better than Marvel, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely, and right at the start too, Rick.
Yeah, they would have beat Marvel to it. So it's unfortunate, but yeah,
it is. Also, I remember when they were first talking about a Justice League movie, like first talking about it, and they were saying that they might recast characters, and they weren't really sure what they were doing yet. I remember Stephen Amell, who plays Green Arrow, saying that he would be really kind of ticked off if Grant Gustin was not the Flash in a Justice League movie, and I couldn't have agreed more with him. And I figured that was just where they were going to go with it, but
I did too.
No, so
that's really annoying.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah, they should just sign some like big contract, and that way you don't have to pay it like difference of being in a movie or a TV show or something. Just be like, here's a bag of money. You're just gonna be the Flash till we say you're not.
Yep, exactly. And who would say no to that?
I know. I'm serious. I mean, that show, we all like the Flash show. I mean, it's probably my favorite out of the DCW. So it's just really well written, and even for a TV show, the production value is really good. So
yeah, it's terrific. I mean, even like some episodes you'll see like special effects are maybe not what they should be, but that's not a common thread. Most of it looks really good. Yeah. Anyway, they do talk about the multiverse, the DC multiverse, and having that be like an official thing. So I don't know. I guess maybe there's a chance at some point we might see Grant Gustin meet Ezra Miller. Maybe it might be in just like a little 3-second thing that happens someplace. It would be. It would be. We'll see. That would be really odd. But I would not be against it because Anyway, what else do we have this week? Oh yes, of course. How could I forget? The Street Fighter and Friends Swimsuit Edition comic book, which
Eric
is coming out. What's that?
Eric already has 3 copies. Eric
my gosh.
I'm not happy about this. This is dumb.
Well, Eric, this might seem odd to modern comic fans, but if you were a comic fan in the 90s, it is not odd because this was a thing in the 90s where they did swimsuit editions all the time. And it wasn't just women, by the way, they had dudes in there too. There were many Marvel ones.
There were.
Back in the 90s.
And I'm a sucker, and I bought a couple of them.
So did I.
Jeez. And I was like, hey, but you know what? At least Marvel, like at one point, you remember they actually made it into a story, and it wasn't just like pinups.
Oh, I do remember that.
And they eventually, because it was always like the X-Men go to the beach today. Like, yeah, and they're like, hey, the Avengers are here. Awesome, let's play beach volleyball. So, and I mean, yeah, Eric, you missed out. Those were the.
You really did, man. You really did. There was so much silliness going on. It was wonderful.
That's funny.
In any event, this book is from Udon, who does the Street Fighter comics, and they do like many art books, which are usually pretty fantastic. So this is in line with the art books, not the comics. So there's no story as far as I understand it anyway. It's just all pinups. This will be out July 27th, and it includes a pretty healthy talent of roster of talent, which you can check out on the website, but it's I mean, it is what it is. It's a swimsuit issue. So if you feel confident enough to walk into the comic book store and buy one of these, then
I'll take 3.
Godspeed.
Oh man.
And that's I think that is it for the standout stuff this week. There's a bunch of other comic book stuff as well, including Valiant previews, which you can check out.
I forgot to mention, and I just read it. Did you want to mention your the Star Trek mirror one?
Oh, you know what? Yes, I will mention that
Because it looks awesome.
Yes, it does. You're right. I totally forgot about that too. I'll throw in there too. Iceman #1. We have a preview up of that, so you can go check that out.
Yeah, I wanted to hear about that as well.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. I won't say anything about it because it's got some surprising stuff in there. But if you check it out, it sounds pretty cool. And we have some comic panels up as well of it, and it looks like Iceman meets Iceman. So I will I will leave that there, and you can go check it out.
Cool.
In terms of Star Trek, okay, so on Free Comic Book Day there was a giveaway of a prelude issue to this. Basically, if you remember the original series of Star Trek, a TV series, there was an episode, I think it was called Mirror Mirror, something like that. And it introduced the Mirror Universe, which is like a bizarro universe of the Star Trek timeline. And it casts the Federation as an oppressive, crushing empire instead of the force for peace that it is in the traditional Star Trek universe. So there were alternate versions of Kirk, Spock, the entire cast. It was like a transporter accident where they bridged, like the dimensional boundaries, that kind of a thing.
Nice.
So they were not good people, and we'll leave it at that. But there was never a Next Generation episode that explored that same universe. That never happened. Well, now it is happening, but in the comic books from IDW. It is called Mirror Broken. They gave away a prelude issue on Free Comic Book Day. And the first issue of it is already sold out. There will be, I'm sure, some at retail, but they have announced a second printing. That's what our story was about this week. So the first issue will get a second printing, and then I think it comes out roughly around the same time as the actual second issue of the book. But that is coming out. It features a Captain Picard with a goatee, of course, because he's evil. And he's got a sleeveless uniform because the Mirror Universe characters all had sleeveless. Well, Kirk did, right, the captain. And he's apparently got big jacked up arms.
Of course.
I'm looking at this right now.
And and really cool, I think, is that Data apparently incorporates Borg technology, which is pretty freaking awesome.
That is cool.
So I don't know in what way, because I missed the prelude issue, so I don't know in what way this pairs these characters up with the regular Star Trek timeline, or if it's just completely in that Mirror Universe timeline. I have no idea, but it sounds awesome, and I absolutely have to check this out.
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah, if you're a Star Trek fan, I mean, this is pretty freaking cool.
Doesn't do anything for me.
What's wrong with you?
I'm not a Star Trek fan. I never watched Star Trek.
Good Lord.
It was before my time.
Eric.
And then I watched Star Wars.
It's not before your time.
Original one. Yes.
Did you watch the movies?
No. I watched 5 minutes.
That's true.
The first one's good. Don't get me wrong. The first one's good. But then
listen,
the second, third one.
I mean, to me, they're all kind of fun action movies, but they're not really. Yeah, they're not really Trek-like. I mean, that's not Trek. So.
No. I think I fell asleep at the last one. I didn't even watch it.
Did you? Oh my god.
Yeah.
I liked it. It's again, it's not what you'd expect from Star Trek, but it's a lot of action.
And I will give you that. I thought it was cool with that because it was like a really self-contained story, and it wasn't like, oh, we're saving the universe again. But it was like, that's what I did like about it. But at the same time, I was just like, so.
Yeah. Well, I could see that. I mean, I missed the original series because, of course, that was way before my time. But I can't say I ever really watched that much of it. but I did see a couple of the movies, the original series. I mean, when I was a kid, I saw the original series movies, a couple of those. I've seen them all at this point, but I liked a few of those. And then when Star Trek: The Next Generation came out, I just fell in love with that, and I was insane for The Next Generation. Deep Space Nine, I liked a lot. Voyager was like okay.
Nah, I'm not a Voyager fan.
Yeah, and then I didn't watch Enterprise at all, and I like Scott Bakula, but
it's awesome. You should check it out. I swear to you, it's good. It really is.
All right.
The only thing that sucks about it is it's the only Star Trek with a theme song with words, and it's just like
and it's terrible.
It's awful, dude. It's just like fast forward. It's just
see, that's why I couldn't get into it. I couldn't get past the theme song.
And once it gets in your head, dude, it never leaves. Like once you hear it, and it's just like, oh god.
Oh, I have faith of the heart.
So, but yeah, god. Enterprise is good, dude.
All right. Maybe I'll give it a chance at some point.
Do it.
Not that Eric will, but
you get to see how the Federation forms.
I watched like 10 minutes. Hold on. I watched like 10 minutes of Into Darkness on Friday.
And?
Okay.
I've seen some of it.
Do you want a medal?
I don't want a medal. No, I don't know.
How do you only watch 10 minutes of a movie? What
really?
So, yeah, we'll get into this off the air. This is
okay.
Except for us.
Does this involve backflips?
What game had
do you have avocado hand?
Not anymore.
Not anymore. Okay.
Not anymore.
It's up now.
Excellent.
Good.
Excellent. You gotta watch those avocados.
You gotta watch those bedposts.
Yeah,
so,
too.
Which game had the best great marketing?
The greatest, best marketing?
Okay, so do we mean most honest, or do we mean sold the most copies?
I would go with the latter.
Just a memorable. I was just thinking of Strafe, and it just, I think this is one of the most brilliant marketing campaigns I've seen for a video game. So I was just kind of reminiscing back in the day, and one that really sticks out to me is Darksiders 2. I don't know if you remember that one, Jason, but
I believe so.
It was one of the very first video games to have commercials for it. They had like actual commercials back in the day for this game. So, and it was just cool because it was all like live action, and there was all these Vikings, and it's all like, eventually everybody meets, and it'd be like Darksiders, death, and then it's like, then you just see like the Reaper or the sickle. So it was just like, I don't know, and it was just all over comic books, and I don't know. I just thought they did a really good job with that marketing campaign.
They did. Yeah, it was cool. So, it was cool.
Yeah. Do you guys have any favorites that you remember from back in the day? Or recent ones?
There was one, I think it was BioShock.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't they have a viral website?
Oh man.
Like one of those things that, like before the game was announced, something like that, where it was like somebody. God, I want to say something in the sea. Was it?
BioShock 2.
Oh, BioShock 2. Okay.
It was like, where did all these little girls go?
There you go. There you go.
There you go. Yep, I remember that. That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember that. Okay. That was pretty cool. And of course, I love that game too. I liked BioShock 2, even though
I did too. Really did. I like that one a lot, actually.
It was a good game.
I did too.
People who say otherwise are bad.
I like that assessment, Eric.
Fight me, bots.
Uh-oh, here they come.
They can't bite you. They're just bots, Eric.
It's true.
I know.
Unless they have teeth. Maybe they're transforming like the Strafe AI.
Uh-oh.
They're coming for you.
Well,
they're definitely going to kill me, so again, this is my last podcast.
I really can't think of any games with marketing campaigns that really stood out to me.
No.
Yeah.
Because any game that I know about, I'm gonna know about already. I keep up with this stuff.
Yeah.
So it's not like anything that's getting marketed to me is selling me on a game.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I can't remember anything from when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Like nothing. Like
I'm trying to think as a kid.
Like what was? I mean, of course, the greatest. I mean, probably the greatest marketing stunt was Super Mario Brothers 3.
Yeah.
When they had
Oh
it
my
in
God, yeah.
the Wizard,
That's my
Yeah.
but
Oh, but you know what, dude? I remember that, and my mind was just blown. I was like, Super Mario Brothers 3. It was like watching Strafe. And I just started screaming in the movie theater.
What?
This isn't real. So, yeah, you know what? That's a good one too. I don't totally
That was a
forgot
good one.
about that one, but that was pretty brilliant too.
Oh man, that was.
middle of that movie.
You know, Nintendo, that's just maybe it's not so much a game, but maybe it was a brand. Nintendo did a really good job of marketing back in the day in the 80s.
Excellent job. I remember a lot of their ads. You
Yeah,
know, even like just little things from their ads, like for like everything stood out. Everything that you would see, Metroid, Zelda. I mean, everything. The commercial for Zelda, I remember, was so horrible with that guy in the darkness, and he was like, he would do things with his hands. He was like Tektites and levers. It's like it's like shadows all over everything. It was so terrible, but it stood out. And then they would just splice in little shots of gameplay. But they did so much great stuff back in the late '80s. I mean, just terrific commercials. In fact, a couple of months ago, I was watching a bunch of old Nintendo commercials on YouTube, and they are worth watching.
Oh man,
they're all.
Do you remember the print ads too? And they would do like they would have like a real life statue of like the warp pipes for Mario and stuff, or they would have like the Metroid, and they'd try to make it look like realistic. I like that one too.
Yes, yes. Wasn't there an ad with Wart from Mario Brothers 2 with like where he was like claymation or something like that?
I'm sure there was.
I know there was a Nintendo Power cover. There were with Mario, but I could have sworn there was an ad with Wart too that was pretty neat.
I'm sure there was.
So much great stuff. They had it.
Yeah.
And back then it was all Nintendo all the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I like? And it's more of the brand. I like those PlayStation commercials where it's all the characters like in a bar.
Yeah,
okay.
Comes in. Those are fun.
Those are pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty slick. Yeah.
I like the ones they're doing right now too, where he's like the weapon keeper or something.
I don't think I've seen that.
Have you guys seen this one? And he's like, "What weapon do you want?" And then he like opens a door, and it's like, and then you go out into battle. It's kind of cool.
Oh, that sounds neat. That sounds neat. Remember PlayStation Guy?
Yeah.
That purple head.
Wasn't he the boss in PlayStation All Stars?
Was he?
Probably.
I think
I never played that.
I didn't either.
As much. Well, what are you guys playing?
The Surge.
Well, I'm about to die because I'm going to start playing Strafe.
Nice.
I like it.
So,
you should videotape your face melting.
Okay. I'll live stream it.
There you go.
Oh boy.
Hashtag last video game I ever play.
Yep. Here comes the. No, I was going to say, here comes the Surge. Here comes Strafe. I keep thinking about that now. The Surge.
The Surge.
Is it extreme?
I'm going to go drink some Surge. Why? I'm playing the Surge.
I want to think it's extreme. Is the Surge extreme?
I think so. It's pretty extreme.
All right. As long as it's extreme.
Yeah, it's extreme. I don't think you can turn down the difficulty level either.
Oh, really? Oh, that is extreme.
I don't think so. Put it on like infant.
Yeah. If they had the difficulty levels from Wolf 3D, he's got the little baby face. It's like, don't hurt me.
There should just be a friendship button. I want to be friends with all these robots.
Be my friend.
And then just hold hands. We'll all walk along together.
Exactly. Do that dance from that Dark Souls thing that I keep seeing. You ever see that video where they're all dancing?
No, I haven't. I'll check that out.
Oh,
It's fun.
don't go out of your
Eric, what
way.
are you playing?
Well, I'm playing Seasons After Fall,
Mm-hmm.
and finished not Dark Souls, Jesus, Siders this week.
Okay.
We started in the second. And I'm playing Mario Kart still.
And what did you think of Darksiders?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. Even the stupid collection quest towards the end wasn't that bad.
Yeah, but isn't that irritating? You're like, I'm at the end of the game,
Yes.
and then he's like, you need to go.
Rick, you cut off there.
Oh, when you think you're done with the game, and then all of a sudden he's like, you need to find these 4 pieces for me, and then you're like, mother effer.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, the only part of the game I hated was the portal gun when you have to get the beams. I hate portals.
Yeah.
I hate it.
That
That made me so
part's
frustrated. Those
irritating.
puzzles, a lot of the puzzles were tough to navigate anyway, and the
Mhm.
it was tough. It was dumb.
There was definitely some annoying stuff in there, but Darksiders was pretty great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Overall, I loved it. Can't wait to
Yeah.
start the second one.
The portal game or the portal gun makes a return in the second one. Just an FYI.
Yeah. Did they execute it better?
No, I don't. No, not really. But, the game itself
well,
is
you
just-
know, no.
the combat's better. You're gonna be
Yeah,
like,
I'm really
oh my god.
excited. So here's the only thing I don't understand. Why do you buy Death's scythe in Darksiders 1, but the scythes he uses in 2 do not look like that?
'Cause
Yeah,
it's just a thing.
it's just a game, I guess.
Well, I like my games filled with lore.
Yeah.
Well,
You
there's
guys
an
know what
awful lot of
the most-
lore in there.
You guys know what game has the best lore and the deepest?
What?
No.
Mario Kart. It's true.
Yeah, it's just great.
Are you guys playing Mario Kart? Didn't you
Yes.
both buy it? Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
We have not played together.
Yeah.
Rude. I would like to play it with you, Jason.
I will play with you.
Excellent. We have to become friends on the Switch first.
What do we have a 300 character friend code do we have to put
Look
in?
for me on 100AJ. Oh my gosh.
Tell you what,
Nintendo.
I'll send it to you in the Facebook group.
G5. Yeah.
Dash.
Okay. Yeah. 63. Oh no, I'm sorry. 62.
Keep an eye out for our Switch game friend codes out there, guys.
Yep.
That's right. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. As always, this is Erich, joined by Jason
Yes, 'tis I.
and Rick.
Thanks everybody for listening. Have a happy Mother's Day.
That's right.
Yes.